Every once in a while, a new block finds its way into Minecraft, and if players are lucky, it changes literally everything. As far as a recent snapshot from Mojang is concerned, the brand new honey block does exactly that. Looking at the block, it seems like it would only have a few basic uses upon first viewing. It can slow you down on its side? Check. It's sticky? Yeah. Can you jump on it? No, sort of. It blocks most of your fall damage when landing on it? Yeah, it does. If you thought that's all it could do though, then you're sorely mistaken. The honey block has a plethora of uses, some hidden and some more obvious than others. The community, along with myself and Michaelmcchill, have found a few different uses for these new sticky blocks. And in this video, we plan on showing you a few extremely creative ways to utilize this block in your world. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Before we get way too far into the video, I'd like to address the fact that this block is currently in a snapshot phase. While I don't believe Mojang is going to rip any features away from the block, anything is possible, especially since 19W42A changed the fundamental mechanics of the block itself in relation to pistons. I mean, they might even add more functionality to it. Some of these uses listed, especially the first one, could easily be viewed as a mistake or unintentional, and thus Mojang might remove specific functionalities if they believe it may wind up breaking the game in the long run. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's show off some amazing ideas for use with the honey block. At the beginning of the video, we talked about a few of the cool features behind this new block. It's sticky, it slows you down, you can't jump very high on it, it blocks a lot of fall damage, etc. The honey block sure has a lot of interesting functionalities, and thus makes it capable of a lot of varying ideas. One of the block's most interesting features, unlike its closest relative, the slime block, is that it's not a full block, but it also kind of is. Unlike most non-full blocks, the honey block does occupy a full 1 meter cube. The difference? You also sink into it, but not like soul sand. Like soul sand, you do sink into the top of the block, but the amazing thing about the honey block is that you also sink into it from all sides. This is one of the first Minecraft blocks that has this property, so right out of the gate, players immediately started thinking about the applications here. Traditionally with the block, you can only go downwards. There's almost no way for you to go upwards in the block without some sort of an external force. A good example of this is by hanging on the side of a honey block with an open elytra and using a firework. If you have something to propel you externally, then sure, it is possible to go up, but without it, downwards is the only way forwards. Taking advantage of the fact that it's not a full block on all sides immediately gave players the idea to start creating elevators. Not flying machine elevators, although we'll get to similar things later, but water elevators. Using two pillars of diagonally adjacent honey blocks with water behind the block and any other blocks on the backside acting as a tube, players can place a piece of soul sand in the water stream and get thrown upwards just by stepping into the corner of the honey block wall. To get back down, just get out of the corner slightly. It's one of the fastest means of traveling up and down, and it doesn't take much to design it. It's quick, compact, and very easy to hide. Reddit user Eat It or Whatever created a honey slide that showed a very promising potential parkour feature for future Minecraft maps. All in all, that's just one of the beautiful uses of the honey block. There are two types of Minecrafters in this world, the ones that don't understand Redstone and the liars. I'm just kidding. Since Redstone was first introduced, people have tried to always find creative ways to make Redstone machines more compact than ever. When slime blocks were initially introduced, that was all thrown out the window. People immediately thought huge. piston doors were on everyone's mind. 1x2, 2x2, 2x3s, 3x3s, 4x4s, the numbers kept getting bigger and bigger. 6x6 piston doors were kind of a dream unless you used sand, and eventually it did become a reality. However, there was almost no compact way to create them. Now, all it takes is a few triple piston extenders, a few slime blocks, and a few honey blocks. Reddit user Bond2 took to the Minecraft subreddit with an extremely snarky but extremely correct title claiming, "Remember when 6x6 piston doors were complicated?" and included this video of his door opening and closing extremely seamlessly. Describing the process as anything but infuriating back in the day was an understatement. Now, it's just a little bit of work. Because of the honey block's abilities to be pulled and pushed independently of slime blocks, which was a feature added in Snapshot 19W42A, all of this is possible. So, thanks, Mojang. The next one on this list is kind of obvious. Wall running is a new and honestly amazing feature in Minecraft. Not only can we do this just by jumping into a wall of honey, but we can also do this matched up with rideable entities such as boats, minecarts, and the works. Because of the way that boats and other items fall on the blocks, there are plenty of opportunities for neat parkour opportunities. One that Michaelmcchill thought of was using falling boats similar to falling platforms in side-scrollers for time jumps. Undoubtedly, with smart people behind a project, the ideas really are limitless. Since the little time that the block has been out, tons of parkour maps have already been created and will no doubt continue to be created. Wall running, slow falling, water elevators, and more are going to change everything about Minecraft. It's just about time. And speaking of timing, it's also possible to time entity falling now. Similar to the boat example that we just mentioned, players can now have selected detonation times on TNT. Dropping TNT into a tube of honey blocks, you can have a semi-controlled detonation timer. Want to control what height an explosion happens at? Add more honey blocks and test that out. It's really quite useful. One feature that players have been begging for has been the ability to create semi-conveyor belts, whether it be for items, mobs, or more. Now, with honey blocks, it's way easier than you could have ever possibly imagined. One unique feature to honey blocks, as opposed to any other item, is when the block is in motion, whatever entities are on top of it will continue to move with the block itself. Players, dropped items, mobs, or really any entity at all. While we'll probably continue using things like water for overworld shenanigans, in places like the Nether, we finally have a good option for the sorts of things that hoppers can't handle. Another way that this feature has been used is with flying machines. Before now, you had to have a lot of trust in your contraption or pull some funky mechanics like sitting in a minecart, and standing on your build was extremely difficult, if not impossible in most cases. Now, it's simple, like really simple. Because you don't slide around at all, you can stand on a flying machine with ease with very minimal worry of ever falling off. Seriously, it's the best. Another interesting fact about the honey block is that, on top of mobs and yourself not being able to jump off of the block, at least from the middle of the block, amazingly, Endermen can't teleport off of it at all. Is it useless? Maybe. Is it worth noting? Most definitely. Alongside that weird fact though, you can also create some interesting mob farms with it. Taking advantage of the non-full block capabilities of this block, you can place hoppers underneath the honey in a pit and rally a bunch of mobs into a 1 block deep farm. Killing the entities will allow their items to fall through the honey block into the hopper and wherever you need it to go from there. Players have also been realizing the item storing potential of the honey block too, so things are certainly going to be heating up in the redstone and automation side of Minecraft. On top of that, now we also don't need to waste minecarts and boats to create villager trading halls. Keeping villagers on honey blocks in the ground is much easier and will save on materials, provided that you can get honey pretty easily. In a lot of Minecraft servers, the only way to be able to teleport large distances is by using commands or using an ender pearl in stasis. This has been done in a few ways. One, by throwing a pearl into unloaded chunks and then reloading them with another account at a later time, or by finding a way to keep a pearl from hitting the ground. With honey blocks, pearl stasis chambers are easier than ever. Inspired by CubFan135, plenty of players have been finding and working on designs for their own situations. It's a small feature, but it's pretty useful. With Minecraft getting all kinds of new features that are worth checking out, if you're looking to get a server to mess around with these new features on, especially if you want to check them out with your friends, consider checking out the sponsor for this video, MC Pro Hosting. Using the link in the description down below, you can get 25% off your first month.
A dash of blood and a lot of memory. Aha! It's done!
What are you making?
It's the terrifyingly new witch plan from MC Pro Hosting. Ooh. 70 players are just screaming to play on your new Minecraft server. They're screaming for other reasons too. Ooh. With the hauntingly chunky 4 gigabytes of RAM, nothing will stand in the way of your spine-tingling adventures. Ooh. You can get all of this for the wicked price of only $19.99. The value is enough to scare the skin off your bones. Sorry, Billy. The Witch Plan from MC Pro Hosting. Get it now at mcprohosting.com.
Minecraft has added some crazy things over the years, but the honey block is one of the most useful additions we've seen for quite a long time. These are only a few of the uses that we found and were testing around with. On a live stream, myself and Michaelmcchill were finding uses for the block left and right, and seeing in places like Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, and more, it's obvious that everyone is looking forward to seeing the way that this block can break their expectations. But other than that, that just about does it for me for now. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like on it, because it would really help out myself and Michaelmcchill, who co-wrote and edited this video, the channel, and the video quite a lot. But anyways guys, I hope you all enjoyed. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.